Hey there, Jen here. So here's book 2. It came before book 1. Book 1 is what I was reading from a bit in the last stream. Guys, it's just wild how your intuition, God, your connection with spirit will lead you to the information that you need to kind of bring things together. And it's an uncomfortable read. I am not going to lie about that. And again, this is not for purposes of bragging. I did not want to be right about any of these things, but when you gather enough information and you pull it together from different sources, you know, there's only one way sometimes a thing can look. But anyways, I did a thing, and so I got a laptop. I want you to read this part with me. It's really important. As soon as I figure out how to do a screen share, I can just bring the book up and we can read it together, or you can just play it, but I figured it's better than a phone, and this way I can research and read electronic books, digital books a little better, a little easier. All right, so this is from, I think it's chapter 12, and it's called The Roots of Terrorism. I will include a link, and as always, my own commentary is included, and we never read the whole book. So copyright is not an issue. But read this with me, and this just confirms everything that I've been putting together, we've been putting together in the last few videos. Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll down now. Okay, I'll start here. By delving back into time, into the deserts of Arabia and the Levant, the ruined temples of Jerusalem, the stone cathedrals of medieval France, the jar-buried scrolls of Qumran, the alchemical laboratories of Prague, and back even further to the mysteries of ancient Egypt and Sumer, we confront the origin of some of the issues that trouble us today. For the recurring idea of the existence of a science that... It sounds like I live in Pittsburgh again. Like, that's every day now, and I'm in small town Ohio. Anyways, carrying on. For the recurring idea of the existence of a science that bridges the gap between mind and body, and perhaps between, Ange, or the Gros Bon Ange, the Ka, or the Ba, the Shen, or the King, persists throughout history in both the West and East. Hold, please. We were reading about the Ka, which I believe is Hinduism, and understand that all these other religions, all these false religions, I'm not going to point at them and say they are demonic and the people in them that follow them are demonic, because they just don't know. But it does seem like each one is just not based on the fallen, but started by the fallen. Oh gosh, I wonder what happened. And I gotta walk to work and it's like slushing out. And yes, I'm not a baller, I'm renting this, so please don't think I've suddenly turned into a baller. Furthermore, if it does exist, the organizations with the funding, the power, and the necessity of harnessing its technology today would be the intelligence agencies, which are, after all, the spiritual descendants of the Terr0ri assassins, the Templars, the Rosicrucians, the Illuminati, the Masons, even the Voltaires of Haitian Voodoo, secret organizations with secret membership whose ideals may have been forged in religion, mysticism, or simply pure idealism, but who owe their allegiance to political forces and will use covert methods to accomplish their goals. What do you think of that? If that isn't a loaded sentence there, everything we've been covering. Now again, I've read a lot about the Rosicrucians and the Templars especially. I don't think they started with wicked intent, or at least I don't think everyone in the group is aware of that, because they do have a lot of truth, and that's the problem with lies that are trapped or wrapped in truth. They're very attractive, and I tend to veer towards the Gnostic mindset at times, but not in the mainstream way. And again, I think those books are read with the wrong tone of voice as well. For example, when Christ said he was going to turn Mary Magdalene, well, I'll just make her a man then, Peter. He He's saying, well, you know, to please you, I'll just turn her into a man. He's being facetious. But people think because it's Christ, you know, he can't deliver truth, you know, with blunt authority. Anyways, there's one more little part here. Whether or not there was any basis in truth for the allegations that the assassins used hashish as a mind control substance, the important thing to remember is that the world, including many Muslims, believed it to be so, and believed that therein lies a key for unlocking the mindless killer in us all. That's what's happening now. That's why I said they are love bombing Catholics and Christians. And they are mingling with us. There's a reason for that. There's a reason it's happening. And whether or not we are in the end times or this is all orchestrated by God, they know that if we believe it is, just like the people around me, they very well could have used the Bible and religion against me. And for a time they did. But, you know, nobody is promised tomorrow. And so it's time that I just started living my life, and they can live theirs as far as I'm concerned. I just don't want involved in this kind of thing. I thought we were past like political barbarism, but I'm very naive when it comes to these things, and politics isn't really my niche. That's not really where I dwell. I'm going to bring this down a little bit because I want to show you this one last part real quick, and then I'm going to run until later. Okay, so it says, premier among the secret societies believed in the West to be at once occult and political was, and in some cases remains, the Freemasons. The East has its parallel in the Chinese secret societies that sprang up in response to the excess of the Qing dynasty with much similarity to the Freemasons. My sister, there's an element to this in my testimony, and I've spoken of it in past videos. Except that the Chinese societies degenerated into criminal gangs, while this charge has never been laid against the Masons. So, this is just very eye-opening for someone who did not study politics like I did not. I didn't know they were so wrapped up in religion, but obviously